Big news, finally, production moving forward. How do we know? There was a nice little drop in the Telegram. What was it? Let's get into it. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. So, all FUD aside, I'm done doing videos on that. I've told you my opinion. I'm sticking to my plan. Got my 10 PIGGBUSD chilling, waiting for tomorrow. That'll be my next deposit. Chugging along. Let's refresh this. Chugging along still with my plan of lock-in every Friday for 2 months. Things slowly coming along. Finally, a little bit of positive price action over here. It's been trending downwards, even all the way down to, I want to say it was about 56, I want to say. But slowly came back up to that $60 mark per AFP token. That's good news. The other thing is Drip itself also, let's refresh this real quick, also saw some improvement in upwards movement. And that's probably related to the most recent kind of drop that was put out there. And hopefully we'll have an AMA today or tomorrow or sometime coming soon talking about when the actual animal farm is going to start going live. Supposedly, now I don't recall it. I'd have to go back and see, but apparently there was some kind of discussion in the last AMA that by the end of this month we would hear when we should anticipate the full animal farm coming forward again or activating again with dogs and all that kind of stuff. We are now the 28th. There's only 31 days. I think that's why everybody's anticipating an AMA here coming up. I don't recall hear that. I remember something along those lines saying there'll be an AMA announcing hopefully pretty soon. Everybody's anticipating end of August versus September. I'll know it when I hear it. And even then, as you know, take it with a grain of salt. But good positive price action here. Good positive price action over here on Drip. Where the heck is it coming from? I believe it is coming from, and let me get back over to it. Nope, that's not it. Where was it? Not there. This one. Let's move this back up here. Let's move this guy over here. Sorry, I have like a million things open just because I'm always doing a bazillion different things. Scratchy finally announced. Scratchy, what the heck is it? So this is actually the Scratch ticket online blockchain thing that Forex has been talking about for a while. His team has been working on it. Scratchy's a clever name. I think it's pretty catchy. I like the little design here, very simplistic, but also gets the point across. This is also the thing that he's been talking about was going to be with Chainlink, because Chainlink is going to help be in essence, he keeps saying it's partnered with, and I'm not sure how much of the partner it is. I believe they're going to push this out a little bit, and they're going to help promote it a bit. I'm not quite sure on that, but that was mentioned many, many months ago. But in reality, the biggest thing is that it's going to be the trustless randomness using Chainlink, which, as we know, is kind of the oracle for guaranteed on-chain randomness and all that kind of stuff. So what the heck is it? In essence, it's a scratching. It's like a scratcher you would buy at like a grocery store, at like a gas station, or wherever your local place sells them. You buy the ticket, you scratch it off. If you win a prize, you can claim that prize. With a twist, this is going to be on blockchain. Now, I was originally really hyped on this, and then I kind of got like, I don't think it's really going to be all that great. After reading this, I'm kind of getting back into that hype mode again. And that's only because there's some pretty smart dynamics. It answers some of the questions I was worried about, and kind of shows you the long-term thought process behind this particular platform. So although it's probably going to have a big, nice hype when it first launches, it's probably going to taper off. But I think as the prizes grow and as it catches steam and as it's promoted more and other platforms utilize it, you're going to see it start taking off again, and then it's going to be a nice steady stream. So first and foremost, 0.1 BNB to 0.3 BNB per ticket. The more you spend on a ticket, the higher or the larger the prize may go. Big thing we want to know about jackpot treasuries and how does it help Animal Farm and Drip. So 50% of the payment here, the 0.3 or 0.1 BNB, 50% goes towards prizes. 15% goes to the platform in Oracle costs. So that's going to be the chain link costs as well as whatever platform is utilizing this particular code in this particular system. 15% goes to the client or hosting partner. So 15% to the platform. So I don't know if that's going to be if you buy in Drip, it goes to Drip. If you buy in Dogs, it goes to Dog. That's what it sounds like. This other 15% goes to the client or hosting partner. So other companies or other websites can actually bring in this particular Scratchy protocol, slap their face on it, slap their name on it, however they want to do it. And then 50% of what they're doing actually goes to them as well. So actually generating, and then some of it will come back here as well. 10% is going to be used for jackpot treasury to increase the jackpot with each batch, which is good. 10% goes to staking contract for Scratchy revenue sharing model. These two are pretty interesting. I like anything that's going to be feeding into the system itself. So this 15% is great. 20% here, jackpot. You want the jackpot to keep going because as that jackpot goes up, that's when you're going to see people FOMOing in. It's just like a lotto. The higher it goes, the more people are going to want to try and take that risk. And then 10% to the staking contract sharing model. So what the heck is that? So you're going to get a Scratchy. You pay one or the other. If you win, you get a choice. You can either claim what you won. So if you put in 0.1 BNB, let's say you earn or you win 0.2 BNB, you can do one of two things. You can claim that win, at which point the scratcher that you claim gets burned and disappears forever. Or you could say, hey, you know what? I was hoping for a little bit bigger of a win. I'm willing to sacrifice it. I'm going to go ahead and stake it. And if you stake it, then you are that NFT scratcher becomes a staked NFT, which then allows you to start earning part of that 10% that goes to the Scratchy revenue sharing model. One of the questions I had on that was, how are you going to do this over time? Well, from what it sounds like, it's actually going to be that ticket that you stake is going to have almost like a degrading effect on it. So you're going to earn it, but over time, the longer you hold it, the less it's going to earn to the point where it's really not earning anything, which is good because it's going to, people who are kind of riding that NFT staking plan, so to speak, is going to be inclined to start buying more NFTs to keep that revenue share price that they're getting going up, if that makes sense. He also had mentioned that there was going to be quite a bit of program that went into this. It's kind of revolutionary because there's going to be batches. So let's say the first batch is only 10,000 tickets. Once that batch is done, another batch is going to have to come out. But within each batch is going to have its own jackpot, its own prizes, as well as its own staking. It's going to have burn mechanisms attached to each one. So he kind of had to revolutionize from what he said, and we don't have the specifics yet. But he had to kind of revolutionize the way that staking is typically done, because most staking platforms, you stake it, and although you could put time sensitivities and things on it, it's still part of a centralized overall liquidity pool, whereas this is going to have different batches and things like that, which is pretty big. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So each NFT represents a contract that determines the amount of revenue you will earn through staking. The price you pay for the Scratchy NFT ticket will determine the multiplier. Higher the ticket, the more the multiplier. This impacts your earnings on the dividend pool if you ultimately do stake it. NFT time decay is what we were just talking about. To prevent staking pool from being diluted, the multiplier associated with any given Scratchy NFT will decrease over time. Each Scratchy NFT will only earn rewards for a set period of time. And that, I think, is really, really huge, and it answers one of my big questions, so it's really good. Scratchy's revenue share staking pools designed to scale up as the platform grows, which is obviously good. Here's some simple interfaces and stuff. Apparently, there was an interface that people were actually utilizing this already, but in essence, you buy the ticket. Here's your ticket. Then you can scratch it off and all that kind of stuff, and you'll be able to stake and everything right there from that site. So huge on that. Scratchy branding, and this is where I'm starting a little bit more hype. So Scratchy branding and promotional opportunities. So you can actually host some Scratchies using your own platform or your own ideas. And not only that, but they'll actually help you set it up. They're going to have kind of white label here, just branding and white label services suited for DeFi projects, or even large influencers. So even if a YouTuber wants to create their own to promote something or whatever the case is, you can. And they'll actually help you with the branding and white label service, which is huge because, as we know, Scratchies, if they do take off and they do take off like we're hoping, then the more people want to use them, they are going to want to have their name slapped onto it, their label, their own little unique flair to it. And the good news with that is because up to 50% of the ticket sales on your platform are used for buybacks of the native asset. So this can actually be utilized in a couple of different ways. You're actually going to earn as the person utilizing the Scratchy, but you're also going to be helping feed the animal farm and drip community based on some of that revenue that's being generated. So really, really huge. And with this, if it really starts taking off and really people start utilizing this the way it technically can be, can make this thing next level. I mean, we're talking true use case, NFT, kind of the way it's intended to be used, owning your own platform, as they always say, because you will be staking and earning all that kind of stuff. So it's actually really, really big, in my opinion, should this take off the way it's intended. That is the big news. So interestingly enough, as we were talking about earlier, there's going to be more information coming from this. That is the basics, which we kind of already knew, but it did clarify a couple of questions, which are good. But I think that's what's creating some of this pump right here, as well as some of this pump over here on the drip side, which is good. I'm going to take that because that's just one of, I think, 5 things that are going to be coming out here pretty soon. Which brings me back to my original assumption, which is I got to go with my gut. And my gut says keep working with Animal Farm. Be patient. FUD aside. Let the developers do what they're going to do. If they were going to rug, they would have rugged already. The project is growing. The project is building. There is a little light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting a little bit more clear. And it is growing, but we're not quite there yet. Hopefully by the end of this month, we will have that information when we're going to be going live. We'll ride that high off of going live, and then this thing will be pumping on all cylinders, at least in regards to the farm, which is good for the pig pen, because right now nothing is populating anything into this pig pen, and we're going to start needing some funds going in and out of pig pen. We're going to need some buys and sells of AFP. We're going to need some buys and sells of dogs. We're going to need those wheat cans to get out and give us that 90% tax. We're going to need the dogs roulette game to get kicking. We're going to need the Scratchies to go off. We're going to need, God, I don't remember everything else that he talked about. And that's just things to come right now. So, good news, price appreciation, love it. Good project coming out. Let's wait for that AMA and let's hopefully hit a freaking launch date on this bad boy, and we will go from there. So, quick update. Much appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope all is well. We'll keep this one short, and I will do another video soon. Have a good one.